بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين.
My former name is Carlos Brooking. My father's from Te Araroa up the east coast. My mother's from the Cook Islands, but she was born and raised in Porirua, Wellington. Myself, I was raised all over the North Island, shifting around as a young kid. And religiously, when I was young, I attended church with my mother for about, a few years there, when I was about 7, 8, 9, and at the age of 12 I shifted to live with my father up the east coast. Done my intermediate up there, then I sent to boarding school, a Christian boarding school out here in Hawke's Bay, Church College, when I was third form, and attended Church College till I was sixth form. I got kicked out, and my father was living in Flaxmere and Hastings at that time, so I went straight into Flaxmere. And we grew up pretty poor, and I think my mother just took us to church because she wanted us to have a different chance in life, because I think she knew we were headed for drugs and alcohol and all this stuff, because just the life we had. I used to run away and hang out with my big cousins and steal stuff and drink alcohol. When I was about 8, 9. It started at a pretty early age. But yeah, I used to go to church with my mum every now and then, and that's when I figured out there was God. And but I didn't get too interested in too deep into it. I was only pretty young. So well, from there I knew there was God anyway. And then when I went to boarding school, it was a Christian boarding school, I carried it on a bit, but I still didn't fully understand Christianity. That's when my life started with gangs and all this. So I was a gang member for a few years, just growing up around it. Those my role models as a young kid. I had no one to hang out with except all the gangsters, and used to get chucked in windows to open the doors and taken up to get drunk. And so when I got kicked out of boarding school, Flaxmere is a pretty nasty place. So first few weeks in Flaxmere, I just got a few hidings and got my clothes taken off me and all that. And then I met a couple of guys and started hanging out with them, and we just started our own crew, just for protection. It started, that's what it was for, just to protect ourselves. And then we started getting more members, and just turned out like the rest of them idiots. It was a roller coaster ride for me. We've done everything. Just about died. 2006, I got stabbed in the chest, and I was lying there dying, and I just told God that if I survive, then I'll do His work for Him. And I survived and resumed my life in gangs for about a year or two. Well, since I knew there was a God, just from my experiences when I was young and all of this. And I was always, I was constantly thinking about it. but something, I couldn't understand Christianity. It's just confusing. How can Jesus be a God, a Son of God, and a prophet all at the same time? And then all the rest of the prophets, they're the only prophets, they all have miracles and all of this. So I just had too many questions that Christianity couldn't answer. And when I met Brother Ishak, at first I didn't even really want to talk about it, but he brought it up, and I just started asking him, isn't Jesus the Son of God? And he said no, he was only a prophet. And I asked him, how's that? And then he explained it all to me, and it just made sense straight away. He answered all the questions that I had, and